So I've got some shallots here. I've got 2 little shallots, and we're just gonna chop those up. Now you can dice them or you can slice them. I'm gonna slice them today because I'm feeling like it. If you do not have shallots on hand, or you're someone who just doesn't want to buy a tiny onion, you're like, Mary, stop making me buy tiny onions. Feel free to use just a regular onion. You could use a yellow onion, a red onion. I would typically, though, say to buy your onions in the bag. You know those fishnet bags you buy onions in? Way more economical cost-wise, and they also are always a smaller size, so they're a little bit easier. If I say 1 onion, I mean one of those, as opposed to one of the like behemoths that you get loose, that's like the size of your head. That's not what we're talking about. All right, now typically I would say 2 shallots equals 1 onion, so if you are doing onion, I would do it with 1. Looking absolutely beautiful. So I've got that nice and sliced. Then I've got a pan here over about medium heat. Now we could go in with either oil or butter. I'm in a butter mood today, so I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of butter, but whatever you, right? Yeah. Yes. It is Monday, and it is a butter day, I agree. So we're gonna go in with that and just melt that down. Then we're gonna go in with those beautiful shallots that we've sliced up. Add that right on in. And right away, you see that butter starting to get a little bit golden brown. My heat's on a little high. That's just free flavor. That's just golden brown toasty butter, beautiful. Season that up with some salt, a little bit of pepper as well. And you just wanna cook that down for, I'd say, 2 to 3 minutes, just until the shallot starts to soften a little bit. If it starts, I peppered myself. Hey, that's all good. We got it, okay. That's looking absolutely beautiful. Warning to everyone, don't breathe in and talk a lot immediately after adding pepper to a hot pan. That's looking great though. That's gonna cook down just a little just to get tender. While that does its thing though, we're gonna slice up some garlic. So I've got 3 cloves of garlic here, and I'm gonna slice these. If you wanted a more strong, punchy garlic flavor, you could definitely mince them. Garlic's kind of funny. The finer you cut it, the stronger it gets. Basically, there's little, kind of cells in the garlic that are actually meant to protect the garlic from getting eaten, because obviously it doesn't want to get eaten. It wants to grow into a plant. But we don't let that happen because it's delicious. So the more you cut it, the more punchy that garlic flavor is. It's actually a protection mechanism, but too bad for it. We love that taste. So it's a good thing. So just thinly slice that up. And I'm gonna go into the pan with that garlic as well. Looking beautiful. Okay, scoop that up, pop it in. We're getting a little bit of golden brown, but that's not a bad thing. Just moderate your heat a little bit, and we're gonna add some more stuff in just to kind of pull back on that cooking process. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of heat. Again, don't breathe in. We're gonna go in with about a 1/4 cup of chili flakes. I love, oh, sorry, that was a lie. It's a 1/4 teaspoon. Imagine, this whole thing. It is Monday morning, everybody. All right, just about a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe half if you want. Do not do a 1/4 cup. If you do, please don't blame me. Hopefully everyone kept tuning in after I said that. We're good. All right, give that a stir. Then we're also gonna toast off our orzo. So this is something that you do when you're making risotto as well. I've got a 1.5 cups of orzo here. I'm gonna add it into my pan, and I wanna toast this off for about a minute. Give that a little stir to coat it in that butter. It's gonna start kind of pulling back, that garlic's gonna pull back on that punchiness, and the orzo's gonna get a little golden brown. It's almost like taking bread and toasting it. Gives you a little bit more flavor, really, really tasty. So give that a nice stir. Then this is where we get very, very risotto-y. So the first addition of anything I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add wine, because I like wine, it's a good thing. So I'm going in with about 1/2 cup of a dry white wine, whatever you keep on hand, like your fridge wine, you know, the house white, if you will. And I'm gonna go in with about 1/2 cup of that right on into the pan. Now this is gonna simmer away pretty quickly. Give it a stir. And this is where we kind of turn this orzo into a risotto. Typically orzo you would cook boiling in water like you would a normal pasta. But for this one, we're gonna feed it like we would with a risotto. So I've turned the heat down to a medium-low. You see all of that wine has evaporated and absorbed. That's looking beautiful. If you don't drink, or maybe you don't have any on hand, you could totally do this with a little bit of broth. That would work perfectly. But speaking of broth, over here I have got a pot that has 4 cups of a warm chicken or vegetable broth in there. Now I like to warm it because it actually makes cooking the orzoto quicker. If you don't warm it, not the end of the world. It's all gonna come together. So I'm gonna start adding this in about 1/2 cup at a time, giving it a stir after each addition, and just letting that absorb and simmer away. As that cooks, start adding more of that beautiful broth. It's gonna get creamy and dreamy. All of that beautiful orzo has absorbed that broth, that wine, so it's looking creamy and beautiful. Now at that point of the recipe, you can flavor this up however you want. You could just do it super cheesy or anything like that, but I promised you lemon and spinach, so I have to add some lemon and spinach. So I'm going in with the zest of a lemon. Anytime I am using citrus, in particular lemons, I always love using the zest. Even if I'm adding like an orange into my smoothie, I always add the zest in. It gives more nutrients, super flavorful, really, really delicious. It just is bright. It tastes like lemon without being too acidic. Really, really tasty. And it also kind of cooks and steeps into that beautiful orzoto. Now I am gonna add the juice as well because I like that little acidic hit. So I'm just gonna chop that in half. Oh my gosh, only one seed. What a delight that is. Let's see though, I always play it fast and I just like go on in, let's see if any seeds come out. And then I play the game where you have to fish the seeds out like that one that just fell in. It looks like an orzo though, so you could probably get away with letting everybody dig in, it's all good. So I'm gonna add in the lemon juice and give that a stir to combine. Now, if your orzoto starts to stick to the bottom of your pan a little bit, that's totally fine. Just add in a little extra splash of that broth. It will absorb and come together. It'll just help lift it off the bottom of the pan. Now, this is looking beautiful, but I wanna add in my spinach now as well. So I'm using baby spinach, as the recipe says, but if you wanted to, you could use any other sort of green. You could even throw in a handful or two of frozen peas, that would be beautiful. Frozen kale would even be great. I would steer clear of fresh kale because it doesn't cook down as quickly. The freezing process kind of breaks down so it doesn't stay as tough and kind of woody. So I'm just gonna go in with my baby spinach though, just about, I'd say 3 or 4 handfuls, and attempt to give this a stir. Now, if anyone's cooked baby spinach before, they know this will wilt into about a teaspoon's worth of spinach, but that's always a good thing. Okay, give that a nice stir just to combine. As it sits, that spinach is gonna wilt even more and look absolutely beautiful. So while that does its thing, I'm gonna chop up some herbs. I always have herbs on hand. I love fresh herbs. Pretty much always parsley because it lasts a good long time in my fridge. I'm gonna go in with about a 1/4 cup, but as you know, if you've watched this show before, my 1/4 cup is not a 1/4 cup. I think you just add whatever you want into your dinner and it's gonna be delicious. If you love parsley, feel free to add more. If you don't, feel free to add less or not even any. You could even do chives in here, that would be beautiful. A little bit of fresh basil or a spoonful of pesto would be really nice as well. So just add that right on in. And then we need our cheese, of course. Since this is kind of risotto-y, we need that good amount of cheese. So I've got a block of Parmigiano Reggiano here, and I'm gonna go in with, honestly, until I don't want to grate cheese anymore. If you wanted, though, here you could do pecorino. That would be really nice. If you wanted this to be kind of sort of mac and cheesy, you could do cheddar. That would be beautiful as well. Just add that right on in. Honestly, if I was at home, I would keep going. You know when you're at a restaurant and they say, tell me when, and I'm like, buddy, you don't know what you've done. All good. All right, now to finish this off, this is a little extra. You don't have to do it, but I'm gonna add in just a splash of cream, just about a 1/4 cup of cream, just to kind of bring everything together. You don't need to, but that's just gonna bring that little kind of luxurious, delicious fat into there. Really tasty. Honestly, this looks like a dream in a pan. You could even add in some sun-dried tomatoes. That would be beautiful. Serve that up with some chicken or chicken meatballs. To me, that looks like dinner in a flash. Just serve it up over here. Maybe a little bit of extra cheese on top, because that's how we do things. Honestly, you could serve that up with a protein, a little bit of fish on the side if you wanted to, but I would be happy with this in a bowl on my lap watching a TV show. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.